Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing some owl nails. So I'm going to be doing like a nighttime scene. So I'm going to use my black tips here. Now I wanted to put a matte top coat on them, but in my other videos, as you've seen, once I put the clear coat to apply my stamped images, it basically goes undone. So I'm not even going to worry about it at this point. But I do want to use plate M012, and I want to use the stars right here. And I'm going to place that on each nail. I'm just going to use my regular polish for this. This is Pure Ice in Showstopper. I don't need it to be super opaque for this. So I'm going to do a couple with you, and then I'll pause and do the rest. Okay, so I'll finish and be back. Okay, now I'm going to take plate M373. I'm going to pick up the stump image here. I'm going to use Miniology Straight Up Black, and I will be reverse stamping. Now I'm hoping once I get the stamped, the color on there, when I'm reverse stamping, that it'll hopefully show up over the black. And I may have to add a little bit of a white polish behind it to help that. So I'm going to take off the water around it and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to take plate M323. I'm going to pick up the branch image here and I'm going to go ahead and place it down. First, I'm going to try to use Sally Hansen's Instant Coffee 138. And then I'm going to probably go back over it in a different color. I didn't want to use Bam White because sometimes it'll show through and I want it to look more realistic, so I'm going to try this. But this will help me just get the placement down. So I mostly want the outer branch area right here. So as you can tell, you can't see it a lot, so I'm going to go back over it in a different color. Now I'm going to take LA Colors in Nudie to do this. That will give me the branch color that I want. Because if I go darker, it's going to blend too much with the background color. Okay, so I'm going to do that again one more time, and I'll be back and show you. Okay, I'm going to leave it just like this. Okay, now I'm using plate M057, and I will be picking up 1, 2, 3, 4, and on this one I'm going to take off the greens around it. Still going to use Miniology Straight Up Black. I'm going to start bottom, work my way up. Oh, that's cute. Okay, go to this one. I'm going to try to actually go ahead and flip my stamper and see if I can pick this one up. Okay, nope, that one didn't do good, so I'll just take that one off and redo it, that part. Okay, I'm going to try it one more time. If I don't get it this time, I'll have to get another stamper. Okay. Oh, I took the other one off. Whoop. Okay. So I'll get another stamper and I'll be back. Okay, so they each got their own stamper. So I'm going to get out my other two and I'll pick up the other two images. So sometimes you can make that work, sometimes not. A lot of times it does if it's a smaller image, but I do typically wait for it to dry longer, so maybe that's where I messed up, but that's okay. Just get my other stampers out, and that is why you want multiple stampers whenever you're doing this. I'm just taking off that green around this one. Okay, now see, I peeled off his ear doing that. So I'm going to redo that one and come back. And I'm going to slow down and take my time to do this. Also, if using your stamper card doesn't work, just get like a sticky piece of paper or tape and it'll come off. And I have my last one here, and again, don't forget, clean off your card because the buildup from the polish can prevent it from doing a better pickup. Okay, there's that one. Okay, and last one, I had picked up their new release for this Halloween plate. So I got lots of fun things we're going to do with that, but it has an owl on it, so we're going to use that guy for this Manny. And this is not the one I'm waiting for to come. It still didn't come yet. If you watched my Minnie Mouse video, I'm waiting for a package that's very, very late, so I'm not sure what's going on. But this isn't the one I was referring to. Okay, so I'm going to get this one. Had to get another stamper. And this will be the last owl to pick up. That's cute. I'm going to leave the little stars that is around him. I see there's a little one over here and a bigger one over on that side. And he's already on a branch, so that's cool. Okay, so first I'm going to reverse stamp the stump. I'm going to be letting it dry so I can get it stamped down so that I can... There's one more little thing I wanted to do. Also, when you first get the brush you're going to be using to reverse stamp, if it is not soft feeling, just dip it in your little acetone dish and then you can dab that off on a napkin and it'll soften it up. So I'm going to go in with the nudie color. And once it dries, if it is not to the opacity you want over a darker base, try putting white polish over that and see if that helps. So since this is kind of a boring part, I'm going to pause and finish, and then we'll get on to the owls. Okay, now this is where I'm at with it. Just going to grab a tip here and kind of look. So I think for the most part this one will show up okay. So I don't think I'm going to need to add the white behind it. Okay, now I'm going to take this one because he has a branch, so I'm going to use that same nudie color. Now the reason I'm using that color is, again, if I use a darker brown, it's not going to want to show up over the dark base. And his little claws are on there, so I've got to skip those. And I've used this nudie color a lot for, excuse me, for reverse stamping. And I'd only seen one of them, and I had actually had wished I had gotten it. And so I'd sent my daughter, because she was already going to be there, to grab it for me. Okay, so the rest is his feet. Okay, now for his little feet and his beak, I'm going to use LA Colors in Stardom. Instead of doing yellow, I'm going to use the orange. Now, of course, you could use a darker orange. I think it'll be okay since it's going on a darker base anyway. And I'm switching to my thinner brush. Because like his beak is very small. And I'm putting my pinky here to support, just to keep my hand steady. And see, it's not wanting to get on there much, so let me get a little bit more. Okay. Then I'll do his little paws, or claws, not paws. Add in just a little bit more, just to get it a little bit more opaque. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and grab the other ones, and if they have their beak or feet showing, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do that and be right back. Okay, now for their eyes, like he has like the little dots, I'm going to do all the ones that have that. I'm just going to use Color Vibe in whiteout and just dot those. This one, he has it. And then the outer part of it, I'm going to do a different tone. So I'm going to do all the ones that have that and come back. And all but one have that. This guy's sleeping. And while I'm letting that part dry for a minute before I go in with that second tone, I'm going to color in this guy's little stars. I'm going to use that same yellow color, Showstopper. Okay, now I'm going to do the rest of the outer eye area in Paparazzi's Simply Lovely. I'll show you the difference. This one's, more white, dark white. This guy's a little bit harder for me to see. Now it's okay if it's over that black area because it's when I flip the stamper, you won't see that part. You see it on this side because this is the side you're coloring on. Okay, I'm gonna do the others and be back. Also, if your image starts to peel up as you're doing this, then two things. You can you need to probably add a fresh thing of paint, even if it has just been a second when you added the other one. Sometimes it just dries fast on your palette. And also, you may need to clean off your brush and do a fresh start. So like I'm going to do that right now. Okay, now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to use it on the area right up in here. That same color. Get a little bit more polish. So I'm just trying to get it more on the tip of it right now. You look at this one. All right. Okay, so I went to grab me a couple more colors out. So I've got this one, Sally Hansen Ice Cream Coney 620. And this is kind of in between those other two I was using. So it's got a little bit more of a tiny bit of a gray cast compared to this white. So for this, I'm going to use it on the middle part of this owl. Swap in my brush real quick. And then I'll do the rest of him in a different color. Okay, now I'm going to take this one and do the same thing, same color. Get a little bit more polish. Okay, and I have these two. I'm going to do that same thing and come back. Okay, now for this one, I think I'm going to swap it and do that on his feathers on this side and do the middle different color. Okay, so for this one, I've got Sally Hansen 193 Slick Slate. It's kind of a browny gray a little bit. So I'm going to color the rest of him in with this color. Got some dried polish on that. Okay, I'm gonna flip this one and see if I missed it. I just see one little spot right there. When I lifted it up, I can see. Okay, now let me look at it. Oh, that's cute. I like this one. Okay, now let me show you real quick. See how this one's more dark? I don't think it's going to show up as well as I want. So this one I probably will try to add the white behind it in a minute, and hopefully that'll help. And I'll have to wait for it to dry to do that. So for this one, I'm still going to use that same color I just used because I think he's going to go on a branch, and the branch is in the nudie color, so I don't want him to blend with the branch, so I'm going to make him this color tone. Let me get right around his ear. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to leave him like that. Okay, and for this one, I'm going to mix these two. I'm going to use the dotting tool and just mix it up. Okay, and since I have some of that left, I'll do the same with this guy. I'm coming right here just to make sure there's no missing empty spots, and it'll be covered with the brown if so, or the current color I'm using. And it's starting to dry because it's starting to peel. Let me look at it real quick. Okay, and then for this one, I want to mix a little bit of Sally Hansen Hell Cherry with Nudie. Just wanted to do something a little bit different, but it may not make much difference. And that's okay if not. May have to mix a little pinch more. I was hoping I wouldn't, but I may have to. Let me see. Trying to tap off what I do have already on the brush. I really wanted to get a little bit right here too. Let me look and see if I'm missing any. Yeah, I got a little bit right there. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so first I'm going to lay down the stump here. I've already got the clear coat on. So I need to go through and put the white base behind all the owls, just to make sure that they do show up better on the black base. So I'm just I'll take the white and put it just right on top of here. Also, I'm going to be using the brightest white. That way it hopefully shows more. I'm going to try to actually just use most of the brush itself. Okay, so I'm going to do this with all of them and come back. And if you're not comfortable to do it that way, then just use the brush you've been using to do so and let them dry. Okay, now for one of them, I'm going to take plate M005 and pick up this moon image here. So I'm going to use the Sally Hansen Ice Cream Coney. I'm going to try to put that one in the middle, and I'm going to try to put the yellow around it. And that's okay if they get mixed. Get my nail real quick because I'm going to go ahead and apply it. Okay, get off the bits I don't want. So I would like for mine to, so the dots in the middle will make it not so colored, and I kind of want mine a little bit more colored. So I'm just going to take some of that coney color and use my brush and just kind of dot it around the way I would like it to be. Kind of maybe like covering up the stars that are in it, so it'll look more like a moon. Kind of dotting it to keep that kind of textured. And you could also do that with, if you want to go back around with that yellow. Now I want to leave some of those, a little bit of those dots to make it more realistic. I think what I'm going to do is take this half right here with just the yellow, so I get a more, because I do want some more yellow in there. You could do that on both sides if you wanted to. Okay, and I did decide to do that, so I'm going to flip my stamper to do this side. Okay, so I'm getting prepped to place. So I'm just taking my clear coat and gliding it. Okay, so this one's going to be with where the moon is. This little one's going to be on the stump. The little sleeping dude is going to be on this branch. Okay, I've decided I'm going to add a branch to the other two nails, so I'm going to do that and be back. And I used the same branch that I used earlier, and I just turned these two the opposite direction. So I just flipped my stamper to do that. Okay, so I'm going to put this guy on this one. And the smaller one on this one. Okay, here's the finished look. I think they're really cute. Never done owls, I don't think. I like the moon for the added touch, and I like just the different little branches and this guy on the stump. And this one just be sleeping. These would also be cute with the matte top coat. I don't know if it's going to smear if I try to do that or not, but I like them like this too. Super cute. I'm happy with how that turned out. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Appreciate any of your support, and I will list the plates and any maniology polishes I used in the description box. Until the next one, have a blessed day. Bye.